Celebrating Women's History Month, we are taking the time to recognize movers and shakers in Metro Detroit breaking barriers and inspiring others. 7 News Detroit reporter Christiana Ford sat down with a woman who holds the title of Only in Michigan.
When it comes to eyes, how important is it for you to see a doctor that looks like you? Michigan's only African-American neuroophthalmologist says it makes a big difference. The journey here started decades ago for a young Victoria Williams taking her grandmother to the doctor.
Part of that responsibility of having a car was taking my grandma to her appointments. So she was seeing an oculoplastic neuroophthalmology doctor.
That same doctor later becoming her mentor and inspiring her to start a career of her own.
He let me shadow him and I saw some of the surgeries, fell in love, and I never looked back.
13 years of schooling, a fellowship, and 8 years in private practice later, Dr. Williams is now the only African-American oculoplastic surgeon and neuroophthalmologist in the state of Michigan.
I was fortunate enough to have a couple of African-American ophthalmologists throughout my career that helped me do research and really guided me on the process and to stay focused and stay motivated. Because it's not easy, being the only one sometimes, and it gets discouraging.
It's been a year since Dr. Victoria Williams opened a practice of her own, Williams Eye Specialty Clinic in Southfield, a rare combination of both the medical and cosmetic sides of eye care.
I really wanted to be able to highlight both of those in the same practice. There really aren't many practices that do both.
And Dr. Williams says representation, being a person of color able to serve her community, has been a big motivator.
Ophthalmology is such a small field, and there's not a lot of minorities and not a lot of women, let alone those that go into specialties after they finish training and residency. I feel honored. I'm glad that I can bring something to the community and to the state that is needed, but also be able to, provide care for people who need it that look like me, who may not trust other doctors.
It hasn't been easy, but Dr. Williams hopes her journey, her story, will inspire other young women to also take a risk.
Don't think anything is not possible. It may take time, but that it's worth it.
In Southfield, Christiana Ford, 7 News Detroit.
All right. Thank you, Christiana. Very inspiring.